At the crack of dawn, the world's toughest soldiers are already awake. Not stretching, not yawning, no, they're in the middle of pure chaos. Ever wondered what it's like to train like a real-life superhero? No? Well, now you will. Strap in, because we're about to look into the most brutal military training programs on the planet. And trust me, they don't mess around. Let's start with the US Navy SEALs. You've heard of them. Maybe you've even seen them in movies, battling terrorists, defusing bombs, saving the world. But what you don't see is the sheer hell they go through to earn those tridents on their chest. Hell Week. If you've ever been tired after a workout, that's cute, because Navy SEAL Hell Week lasts 5 days. 5 days of continuous training. Continuous. You'll be doing everything from long-distance swims in freezing cold water to running miles on sand while someone's screaming in your face, all while sleep-deprived. But the real kicker? You do it while carrying logs. And when I say logs, I mean huge logs. It's like being forced to carry a tree around in a storm while everyone else is watching you sweat it out. And if you think that's bad, wait until you realize that Hell Week doesn't even break you. Oh no, that's just the start. As brutal as it sounds, Hell Week is only the beginning of a Navy SEAL's journey. After surviving Hell Week, recruits face an intense series of training exercises in demolitions, parachuting, cold weather warfare, jungle survival, and more. It's not just about physical strength.
6, 7. Keep the brick out of
It's about mastering every possible environment and doing it while the clock is ticking and your body is on the verge of collapse. The mental resilience required is off the charts. A Navy SEAL doesn't just pass out from exhaustion. They push through knowing that the next step, be it more running, more swimming, more jumping off cliffs, is just as hard as the last. But that's the point. It's not supposed to be easy. These guys train to be the best because failure simply isn't an option. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, in Russia, the Spetsnaz, the country's elite special forces, have a program so tough you'd think they designed it for superhumans. Spetsnaz training is a mix of sheer physical strength and mind-bending mental endurance. These guys start by running for miles, carrying weights, then throwing themselves into freezing water, then doing more push-ups. But let's not forget the fun part. Spetsnaz soldiers are trained to resist pain, which means they'll literally train with broken ribs and broken bones. Yes, you heard that right. Broken ribs. How? They're not just tough. They're mind-bogglingly tough. And if you think you can't break yourself with physical pain, you're wrong. Spetsnaz soldiers will break you down mentally first, then break you physically until you can't tell the difference. After all, a broken soldier makes the best warrior. But the pain doesn't stop there. In fact, it's designed to keep coming. In Spetsnaz training, the drills are relentless. It's not just about completing tasks. It's about building a mind that can handle overwhelming physical punishment and still come out swinging. They teach the mental conditioning that takes a man beyond his limits, often forcing them to perform military maneuvers, break through psychological barriers, and never, ever give in to fear or fatigue. Think you can handle that kind of pressure? You haven't even begun to scratch the surface. Their mental games are so hardcore, they don't just break the body, they break the spirit, then rebuild it stronger than ever. Now, let's head to the UK's Royal Marines. Ever seen those grisly, tattooed soldiers marching with grim faces? That's not just a look, it's a lifestyle. The Royal Marines have a training regimen so unforgiving it's practically designed to take every ounce of humanity out of you. It starts with the Commando course, which lasts 32 weeks. You're given just a few hours of sleep a night. You run through harsh terrain, crawl through mud, and battle through any kind of weather Mother Nature throws at you. You think your sneakers are hard to run in? Try doing it in full gear with a weapon in hand while a full-on storm rolls in. Want to talk about mind games? The instructors are more like drill sergeants, keeping you in a constant state of prove-yourself mode. But here's the twist. It's not just about your body. It's about mental fortitude. A Royal Marine has to be so mentally tough that they could handle anything from heavy combat to the overwhelming loneliness of a foreign post. But guess what? If you pass, you're part of a brotherhood that's been forged in fire and failure. You thought it couldn't get more extreme? Think again. The French Foreign Legion. You've probably heard of them. And yes, they're as insane as they sound. The Legion is where the toughest of the toughest go when they want to escape everything and everyone, including their past. The basic training? Brutal. The Legion is known for a training course that's packed with obstacle courses, weapons training, and running in the desert. Oh, and it doesn't stop there. The French Foreign Legion also focuses on something no one else really dares to: psychological endurance. You'll be left alone in the middle of the desert for hours, with nothing but your thoughts and the biting wind. Why? To break you. It's not just about how fast you run, how many push-ups you can do, or how much weight you can carry. It's about how well you can withstand being completely alone. And if you can survive that, you're in. You'll be molded into someone who never backs down, no matter the odds. A member of the French Foreign Legion isn't just a soldier. He's a force to be reckoned with. In Israel, the Sayeret Matkal are known as the toughest soldiers in the country. These guys don't just prepare for combat, they prepare for everything. Physical training? Check. Weapons proficiency? Check. Survival? Check. But where they truly stand apart is in their psychological training. The Sayeret Matkal soldiers undergo extreme mental conditioning designed to prepare them for the unimaginable. They're trained to withstand isolation, uncertainty, and deception. But here's the kicker. They're also trained to think in a completely unconventional way. While everyone else is thinking about tactics, they're thinking about deception, thinking about how the enemy will react, thinking about how to break their will. They don't just fight, they outthink their opponent. Sayeret Matkal soldiers are the epitome of mental strength over physical power. Then we have the U.S. Army Special Forces, aka the Green Berets. To even get a shot at this, you need to meet a stringent set of requirements. But don't let that fool you. It's just the tip of the iceberg. The Q course, or qualification course, is designed to test your body, mind, and soul. You'll be thrust into a gauntlet that includes land navigation, survival training, weapons proficiency, and unconventional warfare. The stress is so high that only a small fraction of applicants make it through. This isn't your average boot camp. This is a place where you get pushed past your limits, then you're pushed further. And when you come out on the other side, you're part of an elite unit capable of taking on the impossible. You won't find a tougher group of people anywhere else. The JFK Special Warfare Center is where the Green Berets train. These soldiers go through grueling tasks like mountain climbing, wilderness survival, and even psychological warfare. But it doesn't stop at the physical challenge. It's about adaptability. You could be fighting in jungles, deserts, or frozen mountains. The mission doesn't change based on your comfort zone. The moment you enter the Green Beret training program, you learn one thing fast. Comfort is your enemy. It's not about how much sleep you get, how much food you eat, or how comfy your sleeping bag is. It's about pushing yourself beyond your limits when the world says, no more. Green Berets aren't just soldiers. They're a global force capable of changing the course of any conflict. So why do these soldiers go through this insane training? It's simple. Because they can. They don't want to be average. They refuse to be. When everything else fails, when the odds are stacked impossibly high, these soldiers are the ones you call. They've been forged in the fires of adversity, breaking every bone, every limit, just to get to the other side. They're the ones who put their bodies and minds to the ultimate test and came out better for it. They don't back down, no matter the fight, no matter how hard the world tries to break them. And here's the kicker, folks. If you're sitting at home, in your comfy chair, reading this, thinking, wow, that's intense, don't feel bad. You didn't sign up. You didn't choose this life. But for those who did, well, they're not just soldiers. They're monsters, trained to turn the impossible into a Tuesday. So, the next time you're at the gym, lifting weights and feeling proud of your little personal record, just remember, there are soldiers out there carrying trees, breaking ribs, and still saying, what's next? So the real question is, could you handle it? Yeah, didn't think so.